Hey guys, today is going to be a makeup tutorial on this look, which is a Kylie Jenner inspired look. So if you would like to see how I got this, then keep watching. I'm going to start by priming with my Benefit the Porefessional, just to kind of even out the skin tone and take away any redness or anything like that. Now I'm going to be highlighting and contouring today since I'm doing a Kylie Jenner look, and if you're going Kardashian or Jenner then you just have to highlight and contour. So I'm going to first just put on a fairly light layer of my Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, and this is in the shade 1W1 Bone. I'm just going to dot this onto my face first. I love this foundation, it's so long lasting and gives you an amazing coverage. And I really like the shade as well, actually. I have a few kind of crazy spots on my chin, so I'm going to try and just pop a little bit extra foundation there to really cover those. The light layer of that foundation really just covers a lot. I'm going to let that sink into the skin a little bit, and I'm going to do my brows next. I recently ordered the brow bar to go by Whitening, and I actually haven't used it yet, but I'm going to use it today for this tutorial. I've got it in the shade, the Brunette one, the darker one, because I do have dark brows. First I'm just going to take some of this wax, just kind of set my brows into place. So just take that and push it on with my finger. And then I'm just going to take the brush that kind of comes with it. It's just a small angled brush, and I'm going to take the middle shade and just kind of fill in my brows. I've had a tiny play around with this, but I've not really done anything with it, so I'm just going to shape it out from the bottom and then just push upwards. And then I'm just going to take a eyebrow brush and just kind of brush them through to keep it natural. Okay, for the eyes I'm going to first prime with my NARS Smudgeproof Eyeshadow base, and then I'm just going to take a touch of my Stay Don't Stray primer as well underneath the eyes, just to try and keep it all kind of looking clean down there. To start my eyes I'm going to first take a eyeshadow base, and I'm going to take the Maybelline 24-Hour Colour Tattoo in Permanent Taupe and just kind of put that on the lid and just in the crease a little bit as well. I'm going to go into my Cargo Vintage Escape palette, which looks like this, and I'm going to take the shade Autumn, which is kind of a matte peachy orangey colour, I guess. So I'm going to take that on another blending brush. I'm going to focus that first on the outer, but then I'm really going to bring it in and get a lot of pigment on the inner corner as well, just in the crease, which I don't normally do, but looking at the picture here, seems like Kylie has that sort of shade just in the crease here. And then I'm going to take Hot Cocoa, this one here, which is just a matte brown. I'm going to take that on the same brush, but just focus that on the outer corner. To sort of brighten up the lid, I'm going to go in with my F70 concealer brush, and I'm going to spray some Fix Plus on that. So just a few spritzes. I'm going to go in with my Barry M Dazzle Dust in number 39, which is Tan, this shade, and just kind of pop that over the lid. And then I'm just going to blend out that a little bit so it's not just all, so there's not any harsh lines. I'm going to go in now with some gel liner, so I'm just going to take my L'Oreal gel liner and my Sigma EO5 brush. So it's just a black liner, and I'm just going to do a really thin line across the lash line and then a slight flick, but nothing too dramatic. It might take a little bit of time to get your flicks exactly how you want them, but just keep practicing and eventually you'll figure out the best kind of way to do it for your eye shape. So I've kind of got them how I want them now, and I'm just going to go in and reblend a little bit around there so anything I kind of pushed away is not lost. So just kind of pulling that shadow out there and also here. Next I'm going to go in and just curl my lashes a little. I am going to be using false lashes, so I'm just going to put a little bit of mascara on first. I'm going to take my Soap & Glory Thick and Fast mascara and just kind of put a light layer of that on my top lashes. For lashes, I'm going to be using my JINNYlash strip lashes, and it's these here. They're just quite kind of wispy and fluttery and wing out a little bit at the edge. And I'm just going to use the glue that comes with it. I really like this glue actually because it goes tacky very quickly, which is nice. You don't have to wait as long to put on some glue along the seam. There. And then you do need to wait a little bit so it's not super gluey, but yeah, these don't take very long to dry. So I'm just going to pop those on with tweezers. That's one side done. Okay, I had a bit of trouble with that second lash, but I've got it on now. So while I'm waiting for that glue to dry, I'm going to do the bottom lash line. And I'm going to pop this Bronze Scandaleyes Rimmel liner in the waterline. And then I'm going to take an angled brush, the small angled brush. This is the Sigma E65, and I'm going to take that Hot Cocoa colour from the Cargo palette and just pop that along the lower lash line. And then I'm just going to blend that a little bit with a pencil brush. This is the E30 from Sigma. So to highlight the under eyes, I'm going to be doing quite an intense highlight, and as I'm quite fair I need an even lighter concealer, so I'm taking my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and this is in Chantilly, which is their lighter shade. And I'm just going to draw a triangle shape underneath my eyes. I'm just going to do one eye at a time so you can kind of see the difference. I'm going to blend this out again with my Real Technique sponge. And you can see that this is quite a lot lighter than my foundation, so it's going to give a nice brightening effect. Also for highlighting, I'm going to take some of that same concealer and pop it down the centre of my face. So just here, down the nose, and on the chin. To contour, and I'm going to use one of my absolute favourite products, and it is the No. 7 Match Made Concealer in Mocha. and it's just a concealer stick in a nice dark shade. So I'm going to blend this out with my Real Techniques stippling brush. So I'm going to start by popping it under the cheekbones. You don't need too much of this product, it really does kind of go a long way when you blend it out. Again, we can kind of compare sides. You've got this contour happening here on this side, and then I do have a little bit of a natural contour but not too much there, so this is just really defining the face and shaping it. Okay, and then I'm just going to take a little on the forehead. I don't need much here because I have a small forehead, but if you add a little bit, it just looks more natural. So really blend that up into the hairline. And then I'm just going to take some on the jawline. And then you can take a bit down the nose as well. And then I tend to just kind of blend that in with my finger at first, so I don't move the product around too much, and then I can just go in with that brush, or you can take a smaller kind of pure fibre brush as well. But I find finger just works great here. Okay, so we're almost there. I do find sometimes that if I sort of drag my contour down a little too far, I like to just clean it up with another concealer. And I don't want to take that NARS one because that is very, very light, so I'm going to take my Maybelline Dream Lumi Touch Concealer in the shade Ivory, which isn't quite as light, and just sharpen the contour. And I find that this just works really well. If you just feel like you've gone down too far, you can just draw a line here and here, and then just take whatever you use for your foundation and then just sort of blend that downwards. This with my NYX HD Studio Powder, which is a translucent powder, which is really, really fine, and I really love this powder. And I'm going to take my Real Techniques setting brush. That's what I usually use to set concealer, because it's just that perfect shape and size. So you usually just take what's in the lid here and pop that under the eyes. And then you'll take a slightly larger brush, or quite a lot larger brush, the large powder F30 from Sigma, and set the rest of my face makeup. Now I'm going to go in and specifically set some of the contour with a powder Body Shop Honey Bronzer in the shade Medium. So this is just a matte bronzer to sort of set this here and intensify it a little bit. For blush, I'm going with a mauvey shade. I'm going with my Natural Collection Sugar Plum blush. And then it's time to blend everything together. Now just to highlight a little, I'm going to take my Mary Lou-Manizer by the Balm, this beautiful shade, and pop that on the tops of my cheekbones. I'm taking my setting brush again. So cheekbones, this highlighter is beautiful. And then also kind of centre of the face and take a little bit under the brow bone as well, on the brow bone. Gives this gorgeous, gorgeous glow. You could maybe take this on a smaller brush, but I'm just going to pop this on with this. First I'm going to line my lips with this Maybelline Colorsensational lip liner, and this is in the shade Velvet Beige. This is Pink Brown. It's the Colorsensational lipstick. So I'm just going to take a bit of tissue, just sort of blot that. And then I'm taking the Estee Lauder Pinkberry. I'm going to kind of focus this on the centre of the lip. Okay, so this is my take on a Kylie Jenner makeup look. I love Kylie's makeup. I think it always looks absolutely flawless, and I found it quite hard to kind of recreate it to make it look similar. Hopefully I did it justice. I really like this makeup, how it turned out anyway. So I hope you did enjoy this, and if you did then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more, and I will see you next time. Bye.